want to be known as the chill one and
How
just
about
relaxed, and I think that's the.
But you're not.
That's his vibe.
You're not. He's the chill one. He's the chill one. You're the advice seeking one, and I'm the loudmouth one. What are you talking about?
I'm just. Chilling.
I'm my ass. What are you? Yo, what's up? I'm OMEHGA, and this is Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. And to my immediate left, like always, I got my man over here, Mr. Kingsley, and across the couch, I got my brother Melle. What's good, brothers? How y'all feeling today?
Man, feeling good, man. It's
Wait, stop. Nah. Listen. I was going to even talk about this in the meeting before or whatever. No.
What meeting before?
No. Like how we talked before. And not even a meeting. How we just sit here and we talk for like 3 hours and then we actually do the show. And then we tired because we've talked for 3 hours before actually doing an hour show. I don't care about what you said in that one episode. I just need to maintain because I don't want to come off too excitable. And like, hey guys. And no, please do. Right? If you got energy in you, bring that energy. All right. Don't sit back just okay. Cause I know what's happening. You sitting over there and you're like, all right, I need to be calm. Okay, he's done the countdown. He's made sure that all the lights are red and all the white lights are white. Yo, what's up? I'm chilling.
well, I just don't want to come off,
Like what? Yourself?
No, just stay chill.
Why? Why do you have to force yourself to stay something? Just be natural.
No, I think just personal stuff, man. I just want to just watch how I say stuff, and
What you mean watch how you say stuff? I don't understand. You want to watch how you greet us? You don't want to have too much energy when you greet us?
I think I want to be known as the chill one and
How
just
about you-
relaxed, and I think that's the.
But you're not.
That's his vibe.
You're not. He's the chill one. He's the chill one. You're the advice seeking one, and I'm the loudmouth one. What are you talking about?
I'm just chilling.
I'm my ass. What are you talking about? You're not the chill one. He's the chill one.
I'm just chilling.
You're not.
I thought I wasn't the chill one.
Shit.
Nah,
I'm just, yo, what's going on in your world? Well, dog, I just almost like Magic Johnson, a Michigan native.
No, man.
I'm good. I'm chilling. No, not you. Him.
No, I'm saying I don't hear that.
Yeah, that's
No.
what I'm saying, man. I be giving off energy, dog. You know what I'm saying? I be going in.
That sounds a little DMX-ish. I don't know. And I don't hear X from you. Hear more like a Q-Tip, Talib Kweli.
Oh, okay. I take those.
You know what I'm saying? You're very
Most
like, yeah. Well, most def don't really say much.
My Umi say.
Yeah, he don't really say much. He's kind of, I don't know. When he's acting, no, he's more than, most def is, he's different.
Yeah, man, be you, man. You be you. You chill. You want to chill. You want to be energized.
I know what he's saying. I don't want to call him out. I know what he's saying though, and we ain't even talked about it. I already know what he's saying.
I don't want to.
He don't want to.
I don't want to put it out there, man.
No, I'll put it out there. I already know, and we haven't even talked about it. Just tell me if I'm right. He don't want to get caught out of his element. Right? He don't want to end up getting excited about a subject or something that's going on, and then he say something and it come out wrong or be misinterpreted, and the viewers be like, man, or they have whatever. He want to be very metered in his responses.
Meek and mild.
And he starts it off with the intro.
Ah.
He's like, so he feels that if he goes into the game with a nice stroke, that's how he's going to finish.
No.
That's what she said.
Okay, what is it then? Wow. Really? This guy.
I just don't, I want to be careful. I don't want to have no cracked voice, no high pitch. I just want to be.
Oh, okay.
But that's natural.
No.
I'm sure my voice is cracked sometime. I'm 43 and I'm well done with puberty. I don't care what they think. So, and then,
He did it.
and then,
It went up. With Melle?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because no. I don't want that. I can't even believe we talking about this on air. Like we should have talked about, because I did not tell you. I told you I wanted to talk about that, right?
Yeah, you did.
And I forgot, because I remember when I was doing the edit for the last episode. Make sure y'all catch it. What's the name of it again? Assumptions, vulnerability, and self-sabotage. Right. Make sure y'all go watch that episode. It's been doing pretty well. We had some good promotion for that one, so I'm very happy about that episode.
Good promotion.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be working on stuff in the background. I'll be talking to folks. Hey, put this link here, put that link there. So, yeah. But go check that out. All right.
But all the episodes have been like that, though. I've never started any episode.
Yeah, that just because things have been done for 15 years in a certain way don't mean that it's not above reproach.
He's trying to tell you if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what he's trying to tell you.
No, what I'm saying is
I'm saying that's what Casey's trying to tell you.
I got it. But the thing is, in the last episode, I think it was the last episode, because that's what I did when I'm doing the edit. I'm like,
was it the last one?
Really? I think the one that I was editing. I think so. This one that that just aired. So I'm like, why is he? Because if it was you, okay, cool. Then it's like we got two semi-cool, laid back people, whatever, and then I'm the loudmouth.
Wait.
Oh well.
Did you throw a shout out that semi cool?
No. That's not semi. Like no, I say semi cool because you do get amped. You know what I'm saying? But you start off in your Magic Johnson voice. You know what I'm saying? Now you start off like that, but then when something happens, you pop.
That's what he said. That's what he doing.
No, he don't. When
he just stayed there.
When
he starts off cool.
The only time Kingsley has ever done that was when he talked about KFC. And that one lit up then. Dawg, you don't understand.
No, he had some other ones.
Like it was, right?
But that's not excitement, though.
It was excitement for you. That's you. That's your natural you. I want you to be you. Like, I get it. You saying exactly what I said. He was like, no, that's not really it. You said exactly what I said you was doing. You trying to stay meter.
He said that's who he is.
No. Listen, you know how it's not who he is?
How?
Do you try to be Melle?
I am Melle. What you mean?
Do you try to be Melle?
I don't know what that look like.
Exactly. Nobody who's being them tries to do anything. What did he say? I'm trying to be. You're trying to be. Just be. You see what I'm saying? Words are powerful. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be. I don't care. Yes, it's the call out. I'm trying to be. No, just be. If Kingsley comes in and Kingsley had a rough week, he's been out in the sun like myself. My dang lips is sunburned. I'm in the sun all week. But if you
That's that sunburn.
But I'm saying, if you had a long week and you've been in the sun, you've been traveling, you just been busy, you've been bombarded with work, and you come in and you're like, yo, I'm as the British say, I'm knackered. I'm plumb knackered. Whatever. So yeah, that's their word. So, but when they say that, right, it's like, all right, cool. I get it. You tired. But if you come in and you feeling amped, like, yo, I'm ready for this week, then feel that. Don't try to be nothing. Then change your vernacular. Don't try to be anything. Because the word try. The word try is what throws me off, because if I try to do something,
you're not being your authentic self, is what you're trying to say?
In this particular case, okay. I feel like that's not being authentic. And I'm not coming at you, my guy. But I'm just saying,
sounds like you coming at him to me.
We don't need you to instigate. We're not looking for the instigation corner over there, knee slapper. Okay,
oh
that's not what we're looking for. All I'm saying is, you see this energy right here. You see how we talking right now? See this? See how we laughing? Going back? That's what I want.
That's always been like
I don't know, Ellen. That's not. You be half sleep. Yo, what's up?
I've always done that. Y'all always be like, oh, the Barry White guy.
This is why I'm saying it.
But that's not what I was doing just now.
Because when I heard you say, I'm trying to be, that's when I was like, oh, words matter. When you said, I'm trying to be this, that's why I was like, you ain't got to be Barry White. If you feel amped, come into this studio amped. If you feel knackered, then come into this studio knackered and let your voice speak your story. This is what I'm saying.
I'm just chilling, man.
Okay, that. There we go.
But that's what I always say.
No, you don't. You know how I know you lying. And look, everybody in the studio, everybody paying attention in the studio, they gonna understand this. You know how I know he lying?
How he lying?
Put a bowl of that popcorn in his face and see what he do.
Yeah.
Put a bowl of that popcorn in his face and see what he do. Them eyes get big. He light up. He feeling good. The left leg start twitching.
Best popcorn I ever had.
Thank you. Look,
he's zoned out.
But the look on his face.
You ask him 1,000 questions.
The look on his face. No, that's too slow. Did you see him?
I was just trying not to.
Let me not trip because you be doing the same thing. I come both of you be doing the same thing. I was like, so Mel, the such and such and blah 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 with the such and such, and you was like, I was like, so you agree? Yeah. Okay,
that's some good popcorn, man.
All right, the popcorn is good. It's a compliment.
Okay. Yeah. So and to my baby, thank you for making the popcorn for us. But I'm saying.
But I've always been like that. I'm so confused.
He's saying he's the same
here.
every time you ask him.
Yeah, because y'all always say, "Oh, the Barry White voice, the Barry White voice, the Barry White voice."
How is this flying over the head? I know you've always been like that. That's why I'm saying something. Because last episode when I edited, I realized that you said you're trying to be like that.
I said that in the last episode?
Yes. You see, you haven't watched it yet.
I thought you said I said that now.
No, you said that. Didn't I say when I was editing, that's when I realized it? And I said that's because I talked, me and you had a conversation about a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh, when we get in the studio, I want to talk to him about that because I want to talk about the ampness, right? Because I saw when I was editing. So yes, you're right. You have always done that. But the fact that I heard you say in the last episode was I'm trying. I was like,
shouldn't be doing it.
I was like, wait a minute. So why are you trying? Like, why would you need to try? Just be you is all I'm saying.
You should have never said try.
If for the rest of the season
like, what?
and next season, don't try to like.
No, because the try, like, okay, I'm just.
You all right?
It's just use the words.
The pillows.
That's all. Too many.
Yeah.
We know who to blame.
Popcorn lady.
Oh my God. But you get what I'm saying though, right? Like that you get me?
I'm gonna watch the episode tonight.
Yes, you should.
Cause I'm like, what try? How you pick that one word out of everything? I've never said try before.
Y'all know me. I'm extremely analytical and I'm all about the words. So yes, and mind you, when I edit, I have to listen several times in certain areas depending on what I'm doing. That's all. So it's not a knock. If that's every episode from here on out, it's every episode from here on out. It's not a problem. But when I heard you say that, I'm telling you in a way like no different than I said, whenever y'all come to the studio, this is your studio, this is our studio, everybody make yourself at home, right? Take shoes off, kick back, relax, put your feet on the couch if you want, whatever. This is your home too. This is where we get down. Be yourself. You ain't got to try to be nothing.
Can I jump on the couch?
Go ahead. Yeah,
because I'm thinking Tom Cruise. I'm thinking Tom Cruise and Oprah interview. And he got on the couch.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get my.
Because that's gonna be the opening. That's gonna be the opening for this episode. I'm trying to avoid openings.
Oh, you don't want to be replaced with any more martini glasses.
That was hilarious. That was. I'm gonna get my security.
The way I'm feeling now, man, I might have to have him again.
You might have to what?
The way I'm feeling now.
What might have to happen again? Precautionary.
We haven't heard that in so long.
Mercy. Wow.
Those 2 drinks, man.
Go ahead. It's all good. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead and do your precautionary. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I'm
because I got another co-host ready.
Hey, where you at?
I got another co-host ready.
Sleep.
My boy knocked out.
Hey, buddy. Come here. Here we go. Oh. All right. Welcome to the family. Kobe, the Shiba Inu. What's up, man? You want to say what's up to everybody?
He's shy.
Mike shy.
He's looking for more treats. How you doing? Good? Everybody see? Everybody want to see Kobe? See? Want to say hello to the people? Or you just want to bite my fingers? Kobe is 4 months old today.
Oh, wow.
4 months. Yeah, today. The 11th. Yeah. Oh. 4 months old today. So those who don't know, the Shiba Inu, this dog became, I guess you can say, I'm not going to say famous, but became more world renowned when cryptocurrency came out. Those familiar with Dogecoin know him as the mascot that's on the coin. And then, of course, Shiba Inu, the Shiba coin when it came. And that is, of course, his breed. And the dog comes from Japan. So, yeah. after me spending my years there, spent 6 years in Japan, developed a strong love and like for the culture and the food and even speak the language. So I was like, all right, when it came to naming him, it's like, all right, well, kind of went the Kobe Bryant route. You know, how his family was at a restaurant and they saw the menu and they saw the Kobe beef on the menu. And I don't know which one of the parents it was, but they decided that they was going to call him Kobe. And so since this little guy is from Japan and all of that good stuff, gave him the name Kobe. Mm-hmm. So plus it was a hard hit when Kobe Bryant passed for myself. So I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, one of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Kobe, meet the guys. Everybody else meet Kobe. Yeah. So you're gonna sit over here. You're gonna take.
It's adorable though. Like
gonna,
it's so adorable, man.
Yeah.
Those eyes.
Huh?
Oh, he jumping down in a minute.
He will. Kobe, sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. All right. We'll see how that goes. But yo, so what's going on? Let's do it again. What's going on with you, brother? Let's do it. I ain't even going through the whole intro again. Do I need to go through the whole thing again?
Nah, you good.
Well then, there we go. So to my immediate left, my man Kingsley. What's good, brother? How are you doing?
Everything's good, man.
Bro, that's what I've been doing all episodes.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
That's him. He said he be himself.
Oh, so you are being yourself.
Episodes.
So I didn't ask you that. Are you being yourself?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
So why are you trying to be something then?
You going back? How long ago was that episode? Like, that was back in December.
Yeah, but it just
because it was actually in December.
It was
Because I did look at it a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, damn, that's December."
Yeah, it was before the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
There's alcohol in that drink.
What about on the other side of the couch?
I've been drinking.
Ain't no alcohol in this drink. It's just pure juice. So,
Oh my god.
yes. Actually, it's not even.
I don't even know what to say now. Shit, I don't want to say nothing. You can get on me. You tried too. I used to try. Nah, man, everything been good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Busy at work.
Stop telling us about work. Tell us something new. I want to hear something new. Are you working on any projects?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing my thing. I'm on at the end where I'm going to switch to production part, recording and stuff. So yeah, came up with a new music. So switch to production on that part, and then
I'm listening.
and then thinking of ideas for my daughter's show. So kind of been
yes.
So we talked about it. Add this one to it, to the mix.
Oh yeah, because he wanted to do a
Yeah, so it was thinking of adding them to the mix as like a scientist part.
Yeah, we talked about it. I'm down for that, man.
Yeah. So
Okay.
had some ideas. The kids want to do some, came to me and asked to do some other stuff. So we were talking.
Creative families.
Yeah. So we beginning stages. I'm just trying to find time, man.
Time is scarce.
Yeah.
Time is hard. There's a lot.
What
There's
else? My daughter got invited to be part of the swim squad at her school.
So what does that mean though? Like what's the
swim squad?
so we understand like the magnitude of this.
Okay,
invite.
so they started swimming at school,
right.
and so I guess the swim coach at the school saw her swimming and was like, "Hey, you want to join the swim squad?" And she was like, I got gymnastics, because she go to gymnastics 4 days out the week. And so she was like, no, it's in the morning. And so she was like, well, yeah, that sounds cool. I have to check. Let me check, and then I'll let you know. So she asked. I said, yeah, do your thing. And so she told the teacher. Teacher emailed her. So her practice was like 6:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Yeah.
But I mean, so like, what is it? So this is just the team, or this is like, is this like honors or something like that? Because like she's so good, or
well, it's
like,
pretty much just like she's gonna be competing. So
Right.
now that the country is opening,
Right.
they're gonna have competition and stuff. So she'll be on a swim squad.
So is it just national, or does she like go around all the GCC?
I think right now is it'll just be the Talim. Well, her
the
school,
the school district or whatnot.
yeah. So it'll be part of that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not for certain. This is the first go round. You know, I didn't swim growing up, so I don't know how it goes, and this pretty much would be our first.
You swim?
Nah.
You just float. You just get
Can
in
you
the
swim?
water.
You, for real?
I can do a little something, but not like.
You from Florida and you can't?
Yeah, I can't.
You mean like what's a little something like?
I thought everybody
like
in
dead man
Florida.
flow. Like what kind of?
From what people tell me, I mean, I can.
I knew you was gonna go there.
What?
That, well, you said what people tell you.
Because my head is always in the water, so like I'm face down in the water, and I try to do all this stuff. People tell me I don't be going nowhere. I gotta kick my legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You want to learn how to swim?
Actually,
I'm
yeah.
not even making jokes. I can teach you how to swim.
I do.
I can teach you. No joke.
No, seriously.
For real. We can do it.
For real? That's
Easy.
what's up.
Yeah. No, for real. I can teach you
I'm
how to
just
swim.
serious. Yeah.
So you
know
pretty
that.
much you're a pound for pound swim fighter, right?
Yeah, I sink straight
Yeah.
to the bottom, man.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Well, I stopped doing that. I'm telling you, that's why I say I can do a little something. Like I can stay. I have to learn how to keep my head up and just move. Right now, I'm just staying flat and I'm doing this, but they say I don't be going nowhere. But I don't know how to tread water.
Okay. So you don't even fool with the deep end. You want to be able.
Yeah, I gotta touch the floor. I
Okay.
have to touch the ground. I have to. My feet has to be.
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but it's. I really want to learn. That's something because I love the water. I love the
Really?
water. Yeah.
I have no
Okay.
problem. My son, I remember he wasn't afraid of the water at all, but like I taught him how to, actually do strokes and stuff. And he literally got it down in a day.
Okay.
Down in a day. So yeah. So if you ain't afraid of the water, that's a big
I'm just afraid of drowning. I think that's what.
I think everybody's afraid of drowning.
That's what
I think
You don't come back from that.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say.
No, right?
That's
Anybody-
forever. Like
I mean,
eternal lap.
like does that go without saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm afraid of getting shot in the face.
yeah.
All of us are. Like that's like, for real.
Have you had a bad experience with like maybe almost drowning or something?
Nah, man.
Why you smile like that?
Yeah, like-
you recalled something.
Like he got thrown in the pool and
For
somebody
real.
had to come save you.
Lord Jesus.
Nah.
Okay.
Gosh, have I ever almost drowned? Nah.
All right.
I'm very careful, man. My feet has to touch the ground.
That's what's
I
up.
don't let nobody throw me in.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
You try to throw him in, you going with him.
Actually,
he gonna,
man,
he gonna hold you.
my first year teaching, second year teaching in the States, I remember I took a field trip with some science kids to Key West. It was a camp. I forgot what the name of the camp was, but it was just all swimming and stuff, and I didn't know how to swim. It was embarrassing, and they tried to
really?
teach me. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Went scuba diving and stuff. And just to have those 8th graders just out swim me, just diving like fish, I was just like, oh man. And I'm the tough teachers, and I was like, they saw that vulnerability, like, Mr. L don't know how to swim. Oh man, come on, Mr. L, you can do it. I'm like, oh. But yeah, that was about, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Nah, but I really want to know. I really want to learn. Like, I love the water, so that's something I would definitely.
I have no problem teaching you, but good or bad, you got to come back on the show and tell everybody how it went. That's it.
Yeah, I can
No
do that.
problem. That's it. That's easy. Even my girl, I was going over strokes and stuff with her.
Okay.
I think she would be able to tell you. Like, she ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna leave it if she tell you.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
That's what's up.
There's a couple other stuff I like to share on the show too, man. Some stuff that went down and stuff, but we'll talk about that later.
I mean,
Why not?
The floor is
not.
open.
You done threw it
floor
up.
is hot.
Man, you done
floor is
open that door. You might as well have gone through it.
We'll talk.
No, go.
Jump!
Get out the way. Go. Get out there.
Crossing this one.
Nah,
Man, go on, man. You didn't open the floodgates.
Nah, we'll talk.
Ain't no thing. We ain't gonna push
I
it.
think that's what
So-
we're doing here.
Huh?
Nah.
You talking about we'll talk? I think that's what we're doing here.
That's the whole point of the podcast.
That red light needs to be off, man.
Okay.
Oh no.
Tell us. You said it like I thought you were saying like other stuff that you wanted to learn.
Right, or other things that have happened that you wanted to talk about. That's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, like go ahead.
Yeah. Like what happened? Did you take a nap on the beach and a seal drug you into the ocean? What happened?
Oh man. No, I'm good.
The look on his face, man.
I'm good, man. Nah, it's just just thinking about when you asked Mel about some new stuff, man.
Yeah.
It was coming back to you. We was just trying to let you have your
For real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anything that you've been working on?
New music.
I
got into I'll put this on camera, man.
Well, don't put it on camera then. If you don't want to talk about
It's
it.
a choice. It's not like we got a gun to your head.
But that's
put
the
that gun
thing.
down.
But see, that's the thing with me though. Like a lot of people think I'm very secretive, but I really like to talk. And I want to talk about stuff, but then it's like I want to reveal too much and and all that stuff. So
By the time this,
Then don't.
no,
Be strategic about it. That's where your intro voice comes in. You metering yourself and staying level and staying conscious of everything that you're saying and not falling into. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I know. We know. We know.
what y'all know?
It's all good.
Yeah.
We know.
So that was the good news because she was asked. She
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking about it. And so we kind
on the
of.
swim team.
And so she did. She knows her stroke, so she actually can swim.
Right.
She did synchronized swimming last year.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we just took her out of it because we wanted to focus more on gymnastics. And it kind of took away from it.
Right.
And so, but she always wanted to be on the swim team, and so she got the opportunity. And so it's in the mornings,
That's what's up.
and so it don't mess her schedule up. So
I did a lot of swimming over the break. We took a couple of days off.
Oh, to the-
Yeah. So
okay.
we went to Dubai and spent some time there. Adopted this little creature. But yeah, man, spent some time on the water and whatnot. Yo, what I want to ask y'all something. So in the restaurant, right? So like where we were, I'm not going, but where we were, it was very nice, right?
Uh-huh.
And the waiter that we had him for like a couple mornings, right, for the breakfast, and service was impeccable, right? Like he's like phenomenal. Like I mean, to the point of like, hey, he says, you need anything else? You need another coffee, and it's like, yeah, this was almost done. Just come back in about 10 minutes, and then I'll be ready for the next one. I'm gonna go get something else, and then whatever. 9 minutes and 30 seconds. He's like standing off to the side, approaching the table. Like that kind of customer service. Like amazing, right? So I talked to his manager and everything, and I, gave him praise and all that. And they were like, oh, this is great. And, the whole nine. But what I want to ask y'all is like, when it comes to like tipping, because I wanted to tip him, but I don't know if y'all realize like how it is over here. Because tipping usually is like a North America thing. This is like a U.S., Canada, maybe South America. It's not, it's not that popular or whatever, but U.S. and Canada. Most other countries don't really do this tipping thing, but over here they do. But when they do it, did y'all know that they pool everything together?
Yeah.
And then they divide the tips?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yo,
I think there was
I don't like that.
yeah.
So like I don't like that. I wanted to give this young man a decent tip, you know what I'm saying? Because the way he took care of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought about that, and I don't know what made it come to mind. I've heard it before, and I know that it's something that they do over here, right? So, sit. Good boy. So, but I know it's something they do over here,
Right.
and because he's wondering, so I don't want him to be. But so I decided to ask the question to the manager when I was giving the feedback. So I don't know how y'all feel about the whole tipping thing, like it being divided amongst the people and whatever.
It gets tricky, man. You throw that T word out, team. This is a team, and
right.
So they can throw that word out in the sense of like, okay, we're gonna pull everything together and divide it for everyone that's on this shift. But then you look at the aspect of this person served me. You know, this person has done an impeccable job serving me,
Right.
my guests, you know, this and that. No one else came. No one else served me. No one else sat me down. So it gets tricky. I know in the States is also sometimes they don't even keep 100% of the tip. You know, so
What you mean they don't keep 100%?
well, I found out
like it goes to the company, the restaurant or whatever.
Yeah, I think at some point a certain percentage went to the waiter or waitress. So there was this thing where it was just like, now you have to ask your waiter or waitress, like, do you keep 100% of this tip? And they'd be like, nah. Then you gotta, you know, put a little more to, you know, whatever.
So how was it divided then?
I don't know. That method that I heard back in the States, I don't know how they were divided, but I just know they didn't keep 100% of the tip.
But when you say they don't keep 100%, you mean like it's like a certain percentage goes to them and then the rest is divided amongst the rest of the staff?
No, like
You've heard
Or
of it?
it go to the company.
Okay.
I heard of it. Like they get a percentage of it goes to whatever
That's
the
insane.
establishment they in.
That's some bull. Cause like, you know, like when it goes back to like the history of like the whole tipping thing, right? It's kind of funny because it's not something that is very well known or done, like say like in Europe, right? But do y'all know where the tipping got started?
No,
And
I never even thought of it that deep.
Europe.
It did.
North America?
Yeah.
Really?
No, Europe.
Europe.
It was like I think they say like the 1700s,
Really?
early 1800s. And it
They've been
was
tipping that long
yeah, bro. And they said it was like
at restaurants or somewhere else.
whatever was going on, because I don't know what was popping in 1700s.
Tip
I
drills.
wasn't around. I
Okay.
wasn't tip
You was
drills.
thinking that. Yeah, I know. That's what I was asking. Like, what was this?
I mean, I don't know what was. I don't know if they had.
Renaissance
I don't know if they
period.
had Chick-fil-A back then or what they was doing or whatever.
Right.
But for real, they said it was like tipping was a thing where it was kind of like what do you call it? Like your stature, right? So like we all go out and say like it is a restaurant, right? Like we all go out, and when it's all said and done and we getting ready to tip the people, we tip because okay, maybe they gave us good service, but if I tip, I mean, just to quantify, I tip $50, that's showing like, oh, this dude got money. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that way. And then like it says, like when it came to the US, it was actually frowned upon in the beginning, right? But then here goes one, being black man, hint, hint. Where do you think it started to be adopted, or how do you think it started to be adopted in the US? The whole tipping thing. Because think about it, who was doing all the work in regular places? Who was doing all the work?
Slaves.
Yeah.
Regular places. White people. Well, it was white people, right?
Doing work, you said?
Yes, that's why I say regular places, right? But then after the emancipation, black people were free. Black people were able to work, and people didn't really want to pay black people, right? So even when you saw like the shoe shiners on the street, the shoe shiner had to pay to be the shoe shiner to get the tips from the white people. It wasn't like he had a job. You get what I'm saying? And when black people of color started moving into jobs, then it was like, all right, well, we don't want to pay them as much as we were paying the white people that was doing this job before. So they would pay them less. And then it came to a point where they was like, we're not going to pay them anything. We're just going to let the tips be what they're getting paid. You see what I mean? And now there is a culture in the US where people get paid like $2.15 an hour for their base salary because tips are expected. Tips are a part of the culture. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. I think if I have a company and I got waiters, waitresses, bartenders, well, I ain't gonna say secure, but you know, whatever, people that are serving the guests in my establishment, I should be paying those people because they work for me. Me personally, I don't think it's fair. Not saying that I don't tip. I'm just saying I don't think that it's fair that I'm responsible, and I being we are responsible for paying somebody's salary when they actually have a job at an establishment. I'm going there to enjoy my food. I'm going there to enjoy my drinks. I'm going there to enjoy my time, my family, my friends, etc. And I don't think that I should feel this pressure of having to pay somebody's salary. I think that falls on the person that actually hired them. You know what I mean? That's just me.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying that I don't tip. I just think that it's bullshit that I got to go in and I got to pay somebody else's salary because somebody wants to pay them well below minimum wage because the culture expects them to get tipped anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know how y'all feel.
You kind of feel like there should be an option for tipping. Like if I don't want to tip, I shouldn't have to tip. Is that what you're
Right.
trying to say?
I think that people should get paid. I think that, I mean, and I'm supporting, right? I'm not saying I understand what the culture is in our country. So I wouldn't go without because I understand it. I don't want somebody to not have, because that's like me almost saying it's okay for them to be paid $2.13 an hour. You know what I mean? So no, and I don't feel that way. But I don't think that the burden, I don't think that the onus should be on us to feel this obligation to tip. Because now, even if the service is crappy, I still feel like I gotta tip you because
you did something. Because
I know that you're not getting paid.
Right.
I know you're getting less than $3 an hour. Because the culture is expected that you're going to get tipped. So now I'm feeling bad. I done ate my meal. It might not be the best. Your service wasn't that great, but I'm still going to tip you because I don't want you to go hungry. That's messed up. I don't know. What y'all think?
I mean, I'm a tipper, man. You serve me.
But I'm not asking you about if you're a tipper. I'm talking about the way that it's set up. The way that it's, yes, we're all tippers because we don't want people to go hungry. But the way that it's set up,
reason why is, it's got to be a reason why they're getting paid that low. Like
I just told you. I just gave you the history. I just told you where the culture comes from. That's the reason. That's the reason, because the people that own the establishments that hired them are getting away from the responsibility of having to pay their salary. And I told you what the culture was, how it arrived in the U.S. And now Europe don't even do it. Europe, they look at you funny. You pull out some money to tip. And I'm not making fun of Europe. I'm just saying, you pull out money to tip and they're like, no. It's what it is. It's what it is. So I'm talking about not talking about do you tip or how much do you tip? Right. No, I'm saying the way that it's set up, how you feel about it.
I have no problem with the way it's set up. I never really stopped to think about it. I knew they got paid very, very low. Right. But it never crossed my mind like, I have no problem with the system, the setup.
So you think it's okay that somebody get paid $2.13 an hour and we're responsible for giving them a tip to make sure that they have a decent salary to take home at the end of the month?
I don't think you think about it.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying like he don't think about it.
You don't think about it. Now that I didn't tell you what it is, boom, think about it. That's what it is.
Stop.
Think about it.
Think about it.
What you think?
Man, I don't know. I think it's the system. If somebody is definitely getting paid very below minimum wage and they have to rely only on tips, I think it's very difficult because not everybody tip. And not everybody tip. I think it's the whole mindset that people normally going to tip, 15% or more?
I think the minimum is 10. Yeah, minimum is 10. Yeah.
Is it? Is the minimum 10?
Minimum is 10.
Oh, but I thought it was always 15%.
But 15. And just to add, some places put the gratuity, the tip, in the bill. So you paying it anyway.
Depending on how big the party is. Yeah.
And it depends on establishment.
Depends on where you go.
Yeah.
Depends on where you go, not just the party.
Yeah. More expensive places is already in there.
Yeah. You ever been to a hotel and looked at your bill and saw something that said gratuity at the bottom? You better read that fine print. Hey.
He thought that was the waitress' name.
Hey, dog. Hey, you gonna come on the podcast? Yo, I was staying at the Ritz. Listen, bro. Hey, man.
That was actually funny.
Hey, you know anybody from Cleveland named Gratuity?
Nah. I never thought about that, man.
You know what? I like that. When they have it already in the bill, that's fine with me.
What if that ain't... Okay,
you pull a calculator out and check to see if it's accurate?
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I just do it in my head.
Remember? You remember? Because he do that too. He
used to be a math teacher.
Rain Man.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a math major too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he be playing with numbers in his sleep and shit. He be throwing around fractions and shit. Like, hey, yo, baby, I had an amazing dream last
strategies, 10%, you just move the decimal over, then half of that, and you add them together.
And it's always been correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's math. They don't change.
No, I'm talking about on the receipt. They've always put the correct amount for the receipt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, there was a time people were like checking that stuff and it wasn't accurate.
But it's digital. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but y'all don't think that the company should be responsible for paying their salary?
I think the point of not thinking about it is just the simple fact that I know I'm tipped. We normally tip really well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't 15% to be like you as good decent service. You know what I'm saying? Like when we say decent service, like you just came, asked if we need something, you brought our food,
but
and you might not come back until later. You know what I'm saying? So that's decent service. But if you give us a good service, we give a hefty tip. We come back and see you, and we request the same waitress. You know what I'm saying? Like we do stuff like that.
Okay.
And so we don't really think of. I know what you're saying, but just kind of we did find out. Like my wife was like, she went and was like, okay, do you get this? And then the waiter was like, nah, we share. And so we've been trying to figure out
one element of it though,
like different ways to kind of where they can get it. You know, maybe put that in the pot and you keep, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I mean, a lot of them,
but that's
they
the
decide
system.
to work the.
Yeah,
they
that's
decide to work that job, right?
Well,
So,
I mean,
because I heard something. And I want to make sure we always want to be accurate and very.
Go ahead.
I just heard that a lot of them do it because they have access to cash that they can go and buy
things that they need.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Right.
A lot of them go and buy because they have the cash and they can go and partake in stuff and stuff like that.
Okay,
Because the cash is there, they don't have to wait 2 weeks for a check. But I mean, if the system is faulty, I mean, they're doing it. They're still doing it.
You just don't like how it happens.
Hey, I'm not saying that it's faulty. I'm just saying I don't like how it's set up.
But it kind of you can see that they set it up that way because if you all are doing an excellent job, you'll all have hefty tips, and then you can spread the love. You know what I'm saying? So like, the problem comes if, let's say, we all waiters. I'm doing a good job. You're slacking, and he's barely doing anything.
Like a class project.
Yeah, and so I got the hefty tip. You coming like if I get let's say I get 40 for a tip, you getting 10, and he getting 20.
Right.
I don't want to share my 40.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the where you got to share it, it means like you got to pull your weight.
Right.
And so, if I see you doing something that's not going to get a hefty tip, and I got a little extra time, I support you. Like, hey, y'all need anything? I'm gonna get the waiter for you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm trying to help you out or encourage you to do better. Or it's kind of something like that person will want to do it because they want to not be the weakest link in the chain.
But do you really feel like that's an effective way? Like, do we slide that over to other jobs and it looks good? Like, as an educator, how would you feel if your salary was dependent upon how well the other teachers in your school did teaching the curriculum?
Sure,
how would you?
Your bonus sometimes.
But your bonus, but you still already get a salary.
Right.
You have signed a contract, and on the 1st and 15th, or at the end of the month, or the beginning of the month, you know what you're gonna get. That bonus is exactly that bonus. Right? But I'm saying your salary. So you got bills, you got things that you're responsible for. You got children, you got a car, you get insurance, life insurance, whatever. Right? And it's dependent upon the people that you work with on how much you're going to get at the end of the month. And you work your ass off. And they do a 60% kind of job. And you still only going to get a 30% type of salary, when you should be getting 100% because you're doing 100% of your job. Nobody else is out there looking at their job. How about this? I heard a story just the other day. They said a delivery man got upset because he delivered a MacBook. You can go on and you can order, whatever. And it's just like Amazon, one day, same day delivery, right? And a lot of these companies out here, like Apple, they go out and they do the outsource. So you may order a MacBook online or iPad online at apple.com, right? And it may be the Uber guy that brings you your MacBook. Right. And I think in this one, it was, here they got Shop. So what is it in the States? Instacart?
I don't know.
Instacart. I think
Instacart is here too.
Well, one of them. One of them is not here. One of them is Instacart, and I think Shop. And whichever the one that's not, I think Shop is the one that's here. So I think Instacart's in the States. And the story was the guy was delivering a MacBook, but the driver was coming from Instacart, right? For sake of argument, let's say that's what it was, right? One of these services. And he didn't get a tip. And so I think he went on social media and was, making a post about it. Like, I can't believe it. Like, this guy ordered a MacBook and he didn't give me a tip and whatever. So how y'all feel about that?
No, you don't call nobody out for not giving you a tip. That's kind of
Okay, but this guy works with Instacart or InstaShop or Uber or whatever. And Uber is used to getting tips when they do a delivery because they typically bring you food, right? So for him, see, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, right?
He should have got a tip.
He's thinking, nobody gave me a tip. If I bought you some McDonald's, I would have got a tip. Maybe. Because that's what people do, right? Because that's the culture. So where does it stop? Or where does it begin? Or where should it begin? Because I know good and goddamn well, FedEx come to my door. I don't give FedEx a tip. I don't give UPS a tip. USPS a tip. DHL a tip.
Why you don't give
Aramex a tip. Cause why don't do the students give you a tip?
Yeah.
Thank you for what they say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes
Right? They give you a thank you.
Appreciate
Do
it.
they give you a monetary tip? Do they give you some Bitcoin?
You can't take monetary tips.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to take cash, period. Even in the States, you can't take cash.
Especially depending on the job. One of the special duties that I had in the military was protocol specialist. And for a year, I did protocol for the admiral at PACOM in Hawaii, right? What was that job? I would go around and coordinate different visits from Hillary Clinton to the Sultan of Brunei to NFL Pro Bowl players when it's Pro Bowl in Honolulu, right? The Sultan of Brunei was a very, very big visit that we had there in Hawaii. And they tried to give us a very valuable watch. In the military, you can accept gifts, but you can only accept up to a certain amount. And so we had to just give the little gift bags right back to the little helper that was there for the Sultan and was like, sorry.
So what happens is if you take gifts and money, then the parent or whoever can say, why you give me, and they don't do well, why you didn't give me a good grade?
It can be misconstrued.
I laced your palms, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So you're not supposed to take
So we know you've never been in that situation, but if you ever were, now you know for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
It only takes one.
Yeah, bro.
Always that is my motto. It always takes one. I don't care how often you get away with it. Takes one. So one tail, it's a wrap.
But back to this dude, right? The driver.
Okay.
Should he have been tipped for delivering the MacBook?
I think it's an option. Like tipping is it's an option. It's a form of generosity. I can tip you, or I cannot tip you. If I feel something to tip you, then I tip you. If I don't, I don't have to tip you. I'm paying my bill.
But that's the point of exactly what I was saying from the beginning. The whole point of a tip is because somebody has done an extraordinary job.
Right.
Beyond what they were called to duty to do.
Right.
Right. By whatever the job is, mixing that drink just the way you like it, bringing that food hot like you want it, whatever, quick, like that's what it is, right? That's what a tip was about. So the fact that we're all put in positions, depending on the country that you live in, to now you are forced to give a tip, it kind of takes the out of it. And that's what I'm saying. I believe that if somebody has a job, just like teachers, just like firefighters don't get a tip, cops don't get a tip. If you try to give a cop a tip, that's a bribe. You can't, you know what I mean? Like it's in no other form. Why are restaurants above everybody else where they're not forced to give their employees minimum wage?
Because they're serving. Oh, why did
no?
I knew that was coming.
No.
I knew somebody was gonna say I knew he was gonna say it's because they were serving.
They're serving you.
I mean,
okay.
I knew
when you go to a hotel, do they get minimum wage?
I don't know what the pay scale is for hotel.
Do they get a minimum wage?
We don't know.
I don't know.
They don't. They have a job. When you go to have breakfast at your hotel, when you go to a brunch, you've been to brunches here. These people get a salary. They're serving you, aren't they? You ever been on an airplane?
A brunch, you serve just.
Ever been on an airplane? Then cabin crew get a tip? Ain't they serving you? Who gets you your spritzer and Coke? You know what I'm saying? Who brings you your little bottle of Jack? They're serving you, right? But they don't get a tip.
You drink spritzers and Coke?
Yeah, you do.
Do we really?
It's Kingsley. Yeah.
I almost know what the hell that is.
It was like spritzers and Coke.
No, but I mean, well, I saw something.
How old are you? What do a spritzer look like?
Isn't that just like the little water? Just a little.
I don't know. You said it.
I don't know. Then I don't know.
Spritzer is probably an alcohol, I think.
I think it's like one of them little spirits. Like part of the spirits.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the spirits.
I never drink on a plane.
Okay, but if you did, somebody got to bring it to you, and that person that bring it, they ain't getting a doggone tip.
I see people, but I mean, people do get tipped on an airplane.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, on an airplane, it's not. They aren't going to live or die by your tip.
No,
a person in a restaurant is living and or dying by your tip. That's what I don't think is fair. Yeah. Because if I go to again, I say, for those that may have just tuned in, I'm all for tipping. Yeah. I support it because I realize that people have to have it because companies out there are not paying them a full salary, meeting or exceeding minimum wage.
Right.
But I digress. If my experience is not great, why should I be forced to tip somebody? Do
you feel forced?
I feel forced because I'm a human being, and if I understand that their salary is less than $3 an hour, I feel like the ass. Even though my food tasted like ass, I feel like I don't want to walk out that restaurant and not give them a tip because I don't want them to not be able to afford their dinner tonight. So yes, I feel forced, even if it's so. Now I'm on this scale of you are amazing or you weren't that great, and for the sake of quantifying it, you are amazing could be $25 and you aren't that great could be $5. At least I feel like I'm giving them something because I know that their system is jacked up because they're not getting any minimum wage. So yes, I feel forced to because I don't want them to go spit in my food the next time I go to that restaurant. I don't want them to not be able to afford their dinner that night because I didn't give them a tip. And if their service is crappy to me, I'm a nice guy. I like to crack jokes. I like to have fun and I'm genuine about it. You know what I'm saying? So if my experience wasn't great, it's probably going to be several other people whose experience wasn't great. It's probably that person that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? So if a lot of people had that same experience, they're probably not going to get any tips and they're going to go home like this. You feel me? So yes, I feel obligated to tip, but I don't think any of us should feel that way because if they got a job, they should be getting a salary. And I should be able to tip somebody because my experience was amazing. Not because I'm afraid that that person is not going to be able to eat that night. That's how I feel.
But even if they still got a salary, I think that idea of tipping would still be in the atmosphere because it's just ingrained in American
When did you hear me
culture,
say it was a bad
American
idea?
history.
Yeah, he just. I didn't say it was.
I don't want them to be dependent upon the tips. Let's do that with you. Let's make your job be based on tips.
I used to work for tips.
Right now, your job. Right now, if they come in and they change the rules and they say your job, your salary that you get or whatever is based on tips, and that's going to be gauged on how well the students do on their exams, how well the students do on their placements tests, how well, if the students pass to the next grade, all that falls on you. And if you got people failing, you're not going to get any kind of tip. You're not going to get any kind of this. Your salary is going to be less. It's all a pass or fail. It's all based on performance. Now imagine that is going to be based on not just you, but every other teacher that works in that school. Now, when you got some crappy teachers in that school, I bet y'all gonna start calling each other out. Hey man, you need to get on your curriculum. You need to grade them papers, man. Get them papers. Everything will be graded. You don't get your papers turned in on time. The students are complaining because they didn't get their test results back. They didn't get their grade. That falls on you. 5 other teachers do that. That falls on y'all. Y'all salary gonna be less because other people fucking up. You see what I'm saying?
But how is that?
So imagine.
No. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that affects because if the food is nasty, right? So imagine the restaurant. We talking about the people in the back, right? We got the cook, we got the chef, we got the sous chef, we got all the supporting staff in the kitchen.
Dude, all of them share the tip?
Yes. Now, what I will
just
say,
the waiters share the tip.
No, it depends on where they are. And the place that I was at in Dubai, or that me and my lady was at, they said this particular place, they divide it and they kind of gauge it based off of the position that the person holds. They realize that the waiter or the waitress, I don't know what the proper, everybody so whatever about terms, the person that brings out and serves you your food and checks on you, that person is more interacting with you. So if there's 100% available, they may get 40% or they may get 60%, and then the remaining 40% or the remaining whatever is then divided amongst the staff because they got different jobs. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That was that particular place. So I can't speak for all. I don't know.
Right.
But I know I've asked this question before.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is you got your chef, you got your sous chef, you got the supporting staff in the kitchen, you got your guys that wash the dishes, you got your waitress and waiters that bring them out, you got your, what do they call it when you walk in the restaurant? The person that greets you?
Hostess.
The hostess, thank you. Or the host, right? I guess, because, you know, it could be man, right? So you got your host or hostess in the front of the restaurant. What else we got in there? You have the valet. I don't know if the valet falls into that, but let's just for argument's sake say that's what it is.
The bus boy.
Well, I said the best, but yeah, that's what I want to wash dishes, right? So cool. So you got all these different positions, right? So you come in, your food is nasty. Well, that falls on the chef and the sous chef and the supporting staff in there that's preparing your food, right? The presentation looks kind of crappy. There's a hair in your food. That falls on the supporting staff. The waitress is coming out late. She's crappy. You know what I'm saying? The hostess took forever to get you seated. Now you're mad because you waited forever to sit down and get this crappy ass food that they wasn't taking their time in there preparing for you and making it great. So they're not going to get a fucking tip.
No.
Right?
Right.
And if they did it with you, they probably gonna do it with other people. So guess what's gonna look real low that night?
What?
The tips. Because if they treating everybody like that, I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to give you a tip.
Right.
So I'm saying that should fall on the restaurant. That should fall on them. They should get a salary. The restaurant should be evaluating them based on their performance. They do the job, they keep the job. They mess up on the job too many times, they lose the job. That's what it is.
Right.
And I should be able to tip based on this was an amazing experience. This was customer service at its peak. I don't think it should rest on my shoulders and the other patrons of the restaurant that person is going to have whatever they're going to have in their pocket at the end of the night or the end of the week or the end of the month or however they get paid.
Right.
I just don't think that it's fair. Now, will I ever stop tipping? No, because I understand how fucked up the system is. That's what I think. So can we change that about yours? Can we change that?
I mean,
your PE teacher got people that can't pass the test. Your math teachers, they don't know how to count. Your English teachers have trouble reading. They can't grade papers on time. You got one student or one teacher that's cussed out some of the students. She gets expelled. You know what I'm saying? Like, or she gets fired.
It's very hard for me to see that in education. It's just very hard for me to see that scenario
playing out
or that hypothetical
logically.
Yeah,
but I'm just trying to get you to see that if your salary is based on the performance of others, because that's what it is in a restaurant. If my food tastes nasty, it almost don't matter how good the waitress is, because I went there to eat, and if my food nasty, now I'm shooting the messenger. I don't know who's in the back cooking. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to illustrate to you is it's looking at the entire team of people that are there, because it takes the whole team. I understand why they do the divide. It takes the whole team to prepare that meal that you're going to have. It takes the whole team. And if one person in the team messes up, it affects the whole chain link. Right? But if your entire experience isn't great, you might be the one. If there's 9 people in that chain and you're the waiter, right? And you do an amazing job. You brought me my nasty ass food on time and it was hot, but it was nasty. It's all the other people that messed it up for you. So you might not get a tip, which means they don't get a tip, which means what you bring home is going to be less. And I just think that's a messed up system. Yeah. And if it was like that for you as a teacher, you wouldn't be a teacher.
I don't think a lot of people know that system is like that. I think a lot of people think the tip goes specifically to the waiter or waitress. Because I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it being divided. I knew about the 100% thing.
Right.
That's why I would always be like, if I give you this tip, is it 100% yours? They'd be like, yeah. Okay, cool. So, I mean, I don't know. I gotta do a little bit more research, man, to see why it's even like that. I know you said something in the beginning. I know I gotta go deep. I gotta go into my rabbit hole and see why, because I'm pretty sure.
I just told you where it came from. I told the man. I told him. Didn't I tell him? I told him, Cletus.
Yeah, I think what he said.
I need to go deeper. I need to just, because I thought. Well, no, I just need to go deeper.
Deeper than what? Deeper than what? Tell me.
I just want to find it out for myself. I just want to be able to.
Deeper what though? What's the question?
Abyss.
Rabbit hole, yeah. Like, no, I just want to see why do they get paid that low? What type of people actually take those jobs? Because from my understanding, certain people that, like I said, need the cash immediately to do other things.
That's incorrect.
To partake in recreational stuff, they usually take the waiter, waitress jobs because the cash comes fast. They can use it for rent, use it for whatever.
What do you mean? What kind of people take those jobs? High school students take those jobs. Women that are grown women with children take those jobs. Men who are grown men take those jobs. Students in college take those jobs. People looking for part-time side money take those jobs. People take those jobs. I'm just saying.
Because it's quick cash.
It's a job that you need very little training for. And if you in a need for having a job, it's not even about cash, right? It's not even necessarily about cash. Mm-hmm. Who says that they get paid in cash? I know when we watch movies and stuff, you see everybody with the bulk of the tip money or whatever. When they come out, oh, tonight was a good night. But, whatever. That's movies. I don't know if it's like that in real life. These people still may get calculated, put into the books, and it still gets put into your account via bank transfer or whatever. I don't know. Right. I don't know, right? Or maybe it is. Maybe the part that is the salary, the $2 and something, is what is directly deposited into their bank account. And at the end of the night, they go in the back and they count. Actually, I do know places that do that. They go in the back and they count up the tips and they divide it up and they come out and they've got somebody that's in charge of the tip counting and dividing. Here's yours for the night. Here's yours for the night. I do know places that do that. So I take that back. But that's the tip part. But that may not be all places. So I don't know.
So your concern is that they decrease the salary and have the waiter or waitress or the host or whomever focus more so on the tips to actually to provide them a bigger salary to actually do the things they need to do at home.
You saying, is that my problem? Or
no, that's what you're saying. Like that's the you don't agree with that system.
I just don't agree with the fact that they have a salary that is below minimum wage.
Okay.
And the public is responsible for paying their salary.
Okay.
Again, we should tip. Please do tip. But I don't think it should be set up that way. I think a tip should be just that, something extra.
Right.
Here's a tip. Depending on the context, it should be for advice or money based on your services. We got a tip for you.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
So
I don't know. I kind of I think it's definitely some cons to it for just having them all in one pot. Also the cons to actually dropping their salary. Little man sleep. He like real sleep. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can see both sides. I guess it depends on the situation. And that in that profession it's very difficult to find good jobs to actually support anything that you have going on. But at the same time, I think it also boils down to options as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though like you go into the system understanding that this might be something that you have right now, but you also have the option to go somewhere else too. You know what I'm saying? And so when I think
maybe not.
Well,
maybe not.
Well, when I say like options, like we're teaching. So if I go into a district and they're actually they pay low, I'm at the moment maybe I cannot leave, but I am building up in order to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I won't stay there because the wage is not.
I mean,
okay. I think the system overall, that system overall is not beneficial if the tips are low. But if they have high tips, because it could be the place probably did lower it because they're a place of high tips. You know what I'm saying?
No, that is what happens. That's exactly what happens. Okay. Based on the culture. But I don't want to come off as we're victim blaming, right? I don't want to say to somebody, oh, well, you got options. If you don't want to do that job, you ain't got to do it. It's not about that.
No,
I'm talking about the system. I don't care if nobody want to do the job. I don't think the system should be set up that way. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who wants to, who doesn't want to, who's doing it for a temporary time. I just don't think it should be set up that way. Regardless, if they want to come in and do it for 2 weeks and then bounce, they get what they need and then they go, cool. But I just don't think the system should be set up in a way where it's the way that it is.
But what I'm saying is if that's the system, I mean, that's just like in life. There's always systems that we don't like and we don't agree with. They shouldn't be set up that way.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we have to choose. If that's our system we in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's what I think you're telling. Like, it sounds like you're telling me like I'm talking about a specific person, saying that person is complaining about something And it should be like, well, why are you doing that? You have a choice. Why don't you go over here and do this? Because they don't do it that way. It's not, take the people away from it. I'm just saying the way that it's structured, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like joining a gang. The military is a gang. However you want to look at it, the military is a gang. Street gangs are gangs, right? It may be, somebody may say it may be messed up that somebody's got to beat up somebody or kill somebody to join a certain gang. The system that let somebody get in there, sure, they got options. They can go join another gang across town, whatever. But the system, the way that it's set up, I'm saying that's messed up. Somebody got to lose a life for you to join. You know what I'm saying? Like, the system, forget the people, the system. I don't think it should be set up that way. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
This is why I got to go home and do some more research, because I think the state set that. I think from what I can remember, I think the state of Florida has a criteria for servers being paid that amount. It's not necessarily
again, it doesn't matter who said it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that whomever said it, it shouldn't be that way. I don't care if the president came down and said this is what it needs to be, which he couldn't do that because that's federal, not state. But it wouldn't matter if the governor said it for every state. This is what it's going to be. I still think it's messed up. Just because of their position or because of what level it came from doesn't make it right or better.
Right.
So if they got paid minimum wage, you probably answered this. So
yeah, go ahead.
If they got paid minimum wage, would you still tip?
Yes. Okay. Because I would be tipping because they did an amazing job. See what I'm saying?
So you're saying if they didn't do an amazing job and they were being paid below minimum wage, you feel obligated to actually to tip them?
Because I understand what's happening. And I don't think the way that my mind works and the way my anxiety is set up, I wouldn't sleep well at night knowing that I didn't give anything and knowing that they don't even get anywhere near minimum wage. Nowhere near minimum wage. That's it. And it's funny because I felt like this for a very long time. I remember going to Food Max with my mom. And when I was a little boy, well, I mean, I was in high school and kids that I went to school with was working there. And I learned then they didn't get nothing. Right. Everything was based off tips. So I was like, wow. And for me, okay, now if you want to talk about the choices, I was like, man, I don't think I ever want a job like that, you know? And not because I'm above that, but it was like, I don't want that to be dependent upon somebody's opinion. I want to know what I'm gonna get. Right. My mind is structured that way. I need to know. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't know. But hey.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I think for me, I personally, I don't know. I really never gave it that much. I never gave it thought.
Yeah, it was just
yeah, I know. I
just ran into it the weekend and it made me think about it. I'm like, let me bring it to the table. Let me see. Let me see what y'all think.
I really haven't thought about it. I think it's, you know, I don't know. It's in my mind, I just tip. Like, and I understand the system. Right. But then I also understand why the system is in place too, depending on the restaurant, depending on the culture of the restaurant, it might be like if I'm giving you a base salary and you still getting all these tips that's actually making it 2 or 3 times more than the base salary.
But you wouldn't. You would just change the culture.
Then
the same way that Europe does it. You just change the culture and be like, well, we don't accept tips here, or you know, whatever. Right. You just change the culture.
But they don't want to. But yeah, so they didn't want to change the culture because they feel like. Yeah. Because some people, if they lower the actual base wage and they were allowed to get tips, they'll make more than they would if they had a regular salary and no tips. Yeah. And so I you know what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like it's hard to say like get rid of that system or don't agree to that system because that culture of that restaurant maybe that system maybe works for them in order for them to have more.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is it a law that you tip?
No, it's not a law to.
Then it's my only point is then it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that the person or persons are going to make a certain amount of money. Right. It may be the culture. It's the culture in a lot of places to be nice and say excuse me and thank you. But do you always get that? No. See what I'm saying? Right. It's not a law. And even if it was a law, people break the law. Right? So all I'm saying as a worker, it's not ever guaranteed what you're going to bring home on the 1st and the 15th. Right. It's not guaranteed. And if you're a responsible adult, you've got bills. You've got responsibilities. And I think it's very hard to gauge on that. And you're right. People have a choice. They can do what they want to do.
Right.
But again, I'm not talking about the people's choice. I'm talking about the way the system is set up. And I just think that it's kind of unfair. But hey, you're right. If they choose to go that route, they choose to go that route. They know the story walking in. That's on them.
Right. I don't know. I'm
just one guy.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, I think it depends on that culture of that restaurant.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So if the culture of the restaurant are is a high tip restaurant and they get more if they receive you know what I'm saying, a less salary, but they focus more on their customer service, they get more than they would if they got a higher base salary.
I agree. Yeah.
And when you say no tips. So yeah, I would be like, okay, I wouldn't say to me, our overall, maybe, the system may be messed up, but if it works for that restaurant and everybody's winning, then I can't say it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's based on what is needed. And yes, it's not guaranteed that everybody tip, but we also know human behavior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what they're focusing more so on, like the behavior of humans. If I'm giving a good customer service, because it's nowhere in a restaurant where it says you must tip or tip this, blah, blah, blah.
Except for the places that automatically charge you the gratuity when you get your bill.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are places that say that.
Yeah, but I'm saying those are more, so they'll tell you, but I'm saying like a lot of the regular spots that people go to, it doesn't say like you got a tip.
Right.
But people do it because of the customer service, because of a waiter or waitress doing their job on at a high scale. And so, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I kind of just feel like it depends. It depends on the culture, the climate of the actual restaurant for me to say if it's a good system or not. But like I don't like the sharing part. To me, I feel like that's the worst part. Like, because when I'm tipping, I'm not tipping everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm tipping the person that gave me the service. And so I don't like that system.
But that food came from somewhere though. Somebody cooked that meat.
Yeah.
Somebody prepared that salad.
Right.
Somebody plated that for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so if they're getting if the system is set up where the cooking staff in the back doesn't get a base salary and their wage is based on tips, that's a messed up system. Because when I tip and I don't think about the cook.
right.
I don't think about bus man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not everybody has a divide. So that was just one experience that I've seen that twice at least in the UAE.
Right.
But that was just one recent experience or whatever. So not everybody has that divide. But the same way you feel about the staff, I feel that way about the people in front of the house too. So I don't know.
So when I'm not tip, I don't think about the host that set me down. I'll never see them again.
Right.
Like, you didn't do nothing, give me a seat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about the person that's actually checking on me, bringing the food, taking the order, doing all the legwork. I'm not thinking about the cook. I'm thinking the cook is on a different salary than the waitress or the waiter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I would have been thinking that everybody that's working is getting minimum wage because I thought that was state laws, but that's, it just depends on the type of job that they have as well. So the ones that, bag the groceries or whatever, and certain people in certain restaurants, they're not getting it. They get a salary at Starbucks. They serve you. And then, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't match up. I like stuff that makes sense. I like logic. It doesn't make sense. So it doesn't fit. Starbucks is on every freaking corner and they get a salary. Hell, they get dental and stocks in Starbucks. Are you serious? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what? It doesn't make sense to me. Some 5-star hotels, they get salary.
Right.
I bet you them house cleaners sometimes get tips. I know I've tipped house cleaners before. You think they're going back and telling people? Nope. That's going in panties and bras, and they're keeping it to themselves.
That's called dirty money. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they're not doing it. So if it's gonna be that way, then it's like, that's why I say the system.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because the system is different. The system, I think, is jacked up.
But the system varies. I mean, I don't know, like the system for like what you're saying, all those different service entities. Yeah, I think there's a system for each and every one of them. And so you can't, I wouldn't say, me personally, I wouldn't say that like me tipping the cleaners that come in and clean the actual room. I don't know. Do they have to share the system? You know what I'm saying? Share the tips. Where at a restaurant, that's a whole different culture, climate. That's a whole different entity. that's a different service. You know what I'm saying? So they're constantly at your table. They're taking orders. They're going back. They're picking food. If they got something, if they, you know what I'm saying, if you said something, oh, I don't like this, can I get this? Like, they're moving. They're always constantly on their feet.
Yeah, but they're moving in the back too. I get what you're saying, but they're moving in the back too, because when you make a complaint and you say that your food ain't hot,
right,
somebody's moving in the back to make sure that it's hot.
Right.
When something was cooked wrong, they're in the back cooking to make sure they cook it correctly or recook or whatever. So like, that's being done too. But is it out of sight, out of mind?
I think that's what I say. For me, like, it is out of sight, out of mind, because I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking the tip is going to the person that's in front of me that's coming back and forth. I'm not thinking the cook or anybody else in the back.
Right.
My tip is going towards them.
Well, nobody's playing golf. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing's a one-man sport. What y'all do is not a one-man sport, because a part of what you do trickles down to him. That's part of the curriculum. They have to deliver it. They got to make sure people understand it, they comprehend it, that they move forward. It's all part of the system. Nobody's playing golf here. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Definitely in my job, we ain't playing golf. Fair? So everything that we do, whether we think about it or not, there's a part of a system, and everybody is doing their part to make sure that happens. Right. Airplanes you get on, trains you get on, buses you get on, taxis you get on. There's an operations center that monitors everything. Bus station, they monitor all the routes. Like, there's a system for everything. Right. So I just think, I don't know. But hey. Yeah. I'm just one man. One opinion.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It does trickle down, but I think at the end of the day, even in our system, you have, administrators, they do their thing and then trickle down to the teacher, but that teacher ultimately is in front of those kids who got to deliver whatever we tell them they have to deliver.
But there's value in what you've created. There's value in what you've gotten accredited.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying at the end of the day, whatever I put in their hands, it's up to the people that's actually in that classroom to deliver it effectively for the students to actually grasp and understand. So if they are receiving the tip, to me, that is, that will be more beneficial to me than it would for our administrator to get a tip. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why that particular place I'm talking about did the divide up by percentages.
Right.
The deliverer, the teacher, the waiter got a mass percentage of whatever that $1 was.
Right.
They got maybe 75 cents. And then 15 goes to you and 10 goes to here. And you know what I mean? It's like that because they realize that.
Right.
I think if they're doing it, that's even better. That's somewhat better. You know what I mean? At least but they also get a salary.
Yeah.
They also get a salary.
Right.
So that's what they do here. Those people get a salary.
Right.
I talked to one of the guys. I know. He gets a salary. And they divide their tips. That's a decent system. I wouldn't be upset with that.
Right.
I still get my salary. I know exactly what's coming in. And if I do a great job and my team does a great job, I'm going to get a little more.
Right.
I think that's great. But listen, I want to know what everybody else thinks. So y'all come down in the comments and talk to us about it. Tips, the tipping system. How you feel about it? Should it be outlawed? Should it be redone? Should it be blown up and started over again or whatever? And Kingsley still don't know. He got to do his research.
I got to do some research, man.
Research on tipping. Okay. Yeah,
it's funny because you had this on the screen and I leaned over and looked and it was like, I have a tip for you. And I'm like, are we going to be giving tips out to people on the show? Okay, cool. This man talking about tips and tipping waiters and stuff. I'm like, damn, I should figure that out. But yeah, I'm gonna do some research tonight when I get to the house.
To redo the show?
That's not going to happen.
Nah, I just, from my own knowledge, because I don't like being in the midst of something I don't know. So yeah, I need to.
That's like saying, well, the information that you gave me, I'm discounting that. I don't believe that.
No, I'm not discounting it. I just want to go deeper. That's all.
I got you, man. Yeah. I got you. Well, listen, to my immediate left is the brother Kingsley. Across the couch is my man Mel. I am Omega, and this is Diverse Clarity. This is where we have those thought-provoking conversations about things that matter and some that don't. We will catch you next episode. Yo.
Peace.